move. Every time I do it, I just have to do it beautiful. I can't let this moment pass. Yeah, I know my time is now. Know my mama proud of me, and my grandma smiling down. Every time I turn it up, whole crowd be wildin' out. Matter of fact, let me see your hands. Look, I saw my shot and I took it. I couldn't do it different. Couldn't afford to stop and go. I had to stay consistent. Made up my mind that no matter what, I gotta win. That's why it's always me and never them. One shot for everybody living in the moment. One shot is all you get, so you gotta own it. One shot. You only get one shot. One shot for everybody living in the moment. One shot is all you get, so you gotta own it. One shot. You only get one shot.
Heart of a lion, my time, here I go. I am not moving in silence. If it ain't moving, moving. We making movies, moving, moving, moving. I get a chance and take it. We bout to build it. Ain't leaving it vacant. I just go harder, harder. I am a ball that I gotta get it. I am so with it. I will go get it. That is the difference. I am not waiting. I am not faking. Everything out here, that's for the taking. My mind too right. My grind too tight. This head rhyme too nice. This my world, my life. One shot, who me? Take that, who we? One shot, movie. That's all you need. One shot, who me? Take that, ooh wee. One shot, movie. That's all you need.
One shot for everybody living in the moment. One shot is all you get, so you gotta own it. One shot. You only get one shot. One shot for everybody living in the moment. One shot is all you get, so you gotta own it. One shot. You only get one shot. One shot. You only get one shot. You only get one shot. One shot for everybody living in the moment. One shot is all you get, so you gotta own it. One shot. You only get one shot.
Yeah. You're in the presence of the realest essence. I've been serving lessons since the days of my adolescence. On the Cypress block, young buck holding the like we knew it all, not afraid to do it all. Matter of fact, to look back and do it all. I can remember the haters say the game will ruin y'all. What's that to me? Don't give about a hater. Let them like the in my paper.
They call me Big Dog, riding with the hillbillies. Q-Bone staying with the lick. Really became a boss many years back. When I'm gone, can be pull your tears back. We put the bang and produce. You got no chance of. We crashing through the border.
So let the rhythm hit him, just let the rhythm hit him. Cause when you feel it in your soul, lift the sound system. Let's turn it up, a little louder, turn it up, a little louder, turn it up. We never turn it down, universal sound. When we move the pound, take a look around. When we touch the town, knock the way, stomping in my big black J's. Corny, get stuck in the maze. We never suffer fools, had enough of you. False friends and loose ends make me wanna fool. That we got another world tour, touching every shore, from Cali to Singapore.
Every day I'm seeing more in the temple as we rock up tempo instrumental. I saw my dream in a dream, then I woke up. Put the dream team together. Now we one time.
So let the rhythm hit him, just let the rhythm hit him. Cause when you feel it in your soul, lift the sound system. Let's turn it up, a little louder, turn it up, a little louder, turn it up.
I'm the best, as you know, and bitches dripping like water. Teaching her, but I don't have a daughter. I know me, I can pick up when I call her. Working big and it don't hurt to break.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to South Florida at Hard Rock Stadium here in Miami. Straight ahead, we've got a good one on tap here between the Atlanta Falcons and the Miami.
Losing's what I never do. How you supposed to walk with me? I'm 80 steps ahead of you. My mind is on Socrates, all my balls on Rubik's Cube. Every time I do it, I just have to do it beautiful. I can't let this moment pass. Yeah, I know my time is now. Know my mama proud of me, and my grandma smiling down. Every time I turn it up, whole crowd be wilding out. Matter of fact, let me see your hands. Look, I saw my shot and I took it. I couldn't do it different. Couldn't afford to stop and go. I had to stay consistent. Made up my mind that no matter what, I gotta win. That's why it's always me and never them. One shot for everybody living in the moment. One shot is all you get, so you gotta own it. One shot. You only get one shot. One shot for everybody living in the moment. One shot is all you get, so you gotta own it. One shot. You only get one shot.
My time, here I go. I am not moving in silence. If it ain't moving, moving. We making movies, moving, moving, moving. I get a chance and take it. We bout to build it. They leaving it vacant. I just go harder, harder. I am a ball that I gotta get it. I am so with it. I will go get it. That is the difference. I am not waiting. I am not faking. Everything out here, that's for the taking. My mind too right. My grind too tight. This head rhyme too nice. This my world, my life. One shot, who me? Take that, ooh wee. One shot, movie. That's all you need. One shot, who me? Take that, ooh-wee, one shot, movie, that's all you need.
One shot for everybody living in the moment. One shot is all you get, so you gotta own it. One shot. You only get one shot. One shot for everybody living in the moment. One shot is all you get, so you gotta own it. One shot. You only get one.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Coming up, we've got a good matchup on tap between the Miami Dolphins and the Atlanta Falcons. The veteran punter Bradley Pinion has this one teed up, and we are underway from Atlanta. And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback. Throwing to start here is Tua. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down.
Well, that's absolutely going to fire this defense up. They made it their mission to deny that completion, and they came through with a nice hit and knocked it incomplete.
To throw again on second down, Tua. And going deep for Hill. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete. Crowd getting in it a bit already. Here's an early 3rd and 10. Tua sets up to pass it. He's going to drop this underneath to Mostert. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. It's a gain of 20 and picking up the first.
I'm not sure that was necessarily a safety valve or a check down throw on third down. Sometimes just try and find the open guy and get him the ball. He did exactly that and found a way to pick up a first down.
Flush to his right. To a hit, and the ball is out. But this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down. Can almost see inside his face mask there the look of relief. He coughed it up, but it goes out of bounds. They keep it.
Someone carrying around the lucky horseshoe, aren't they? If I were him, I'd go out and play the lottery after that one. A very fortunate man.
And they're operating in plus territory here. They're thinking points. Definitely don't want to lose the football at this juncture. Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's second down.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here on this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on first down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops, and escape this drive.
Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Rashaan Evans. And the Falcons are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 24-yard line. First and 10 now for the Falcons, and Mariota at their own 24. They're going to start the drive here on the ground with Patterson. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards. Mariota now. That's to the speedster, Olamide Zaccheaus. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
And it'll be intercepted. Picked off Byron Jones. And the Dolphins are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Remember last time out they threw the interception on their first drive. Good news, their defense backed them up, so it's still 0-0 here as they begin their second possession.
Yeah, and one great way to judge a defense, how do they handle what we call sudden change? When all of a sudden, it goes against their offense and they have to run out in the field and try and put out the fire. Give this one great kudos for getting out there and not letting that interception lead to points. Excellent job by them defensively.
Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a third and about 2.
Back-to-back 4-yard runs. Now look, if they just do that all the way downfield, ball ends up in the end zone, but that's a little difficult to do.
Yeah, I think now 3rd and 2, that defense ready to stiffen up and stop that run. And he's able to get it to the 31, and that's enough for the first. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving. Well, after an interception, last thing you want to do is go 3 and out and give the ball right back. They avoided that.
Yeah, you definitely do not want to do that. I remember in college I played with a really big-time player on defense. We ended up getting an interception as we passed the offense coming out. He told him, if you don't take care of this football, you have to answer to me later. You definitely want to take care.
That's into a crowd and intercepted. Picked up by Richie Grant. And the Falcons are going to have great field position here as this is returned just shy of midfield.
Well, it doesn't take a whole lot of investigation to figure out why they're still sitting at 0 on the scoreboard, because their quarterback's got to wake up and start reading defense a heck of a lot better after throwing his second interception.
And some solid footwork there as he'll take this down to about the 38. First play of the drive going for 14 and a first down. On first down, going back to Patterson. And that one opened up for him well as he'll take this down to the 26-yard line. 12 yards is the pickup, good for a first down for the Falcons. To throw, Mariota. That ball is caught. It's London for the Atlanta touchdown. A great play there. 26 yards. And the Falcons use the early turnover to get on the board first here in this one. Koo able to connect on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Now Pinion with the kickoff honors following the touchdown. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively. Obviously, 2 drives. And now on the pitch, the ball's loose. And the Falcons grab it. And they'll be at the 18-yard line. Great field position here in the red zone. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Mariota now after the fumble recovery. Rolling to his right. And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line. On 2nd down, a run with Patterson. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. 49 yards rushing for him now, and he's only carried the ball 4 times. They'll run with Patterson, and he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Cordero Patterson taking it in from 2 yards out, and the Falcons are off to a 13-0 first quarter lead. Extra point by Koo, up and good, and it's now 14-0. Following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They've been outplayed early, no question. Down 14-0 already as they come up 1st and 10. A good gain of 9 before he's brought down at the 28. Well, you're down early. How do you get back in the game? Maybe establish the run. I think they're trying to do that.
Now I'm with you on that one, and what I like about the message is that there's no panic from the head coach. He's already told his offensive coordinator, let's run the football. Let's get things settled down a little bit and find our way back into this game.
And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. On 3rd. Nothing doing on 2nd and 3rd down after that 9-yard gain on 1st.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
They're going for it. Here's Tua with it. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Casey Hayward. And the Falcons are going to take possession of the football. But that one was in the air for an agonizingly long time.
Just begging to be picked off, wasn't it? It's one thing if you're throwing a ball like that, trying to throw someone open or lead them into an area. But that ball needed to be thrown with a lot more...
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Down, Falcons. Cordero Patterson with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Falcons are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Well, I don't think that we're ready yet to say the route is on, but they have certainly looked near flawless here in this first half, and now an extra point away.
Oh, and now they're going to fake it.
I know they're not asking me, but I'll give you my opinion anyway. I think it's time to erase that play from the call sheet. I guess they figure with the big lead they can experiment a little bit, but all in all, just go ahead and put that play on ice.
Now Pinion with the kickoff honors following the touchdown. From a couple yards deep, guy of there at the 24. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well,
his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And the Falcons are going to take possession of the football. Well, CD, when you mentioned earlier about spreading the ball around in this game, I don't think you mentioned the guys in the other uniform. With 4 interceptions here in the first half, and several different guys have picked him off.
Yeah, instead of analyzing what's going wrong with him, throwing the football, while we look at the defense, they came in prepared. Had an excellent game plan, well scouted, and they're taking it away at almost every turn.
They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. From the shotgun, it's Mariota. Dancing to his left. He's going to fire one. Corner of the end zone. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Javon Holland. And the Dolphins are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 24-yard line. That had disaster written all over. You've got a right-handed quarterback, a rolling left, and throwing it pretty far downfield.
It's really difficult to get your body twisted around into the proper position and get anything on the ball. It's not really a good throw, is it?
Not good, and we saw the result.
Well, they did throw interceptions on their last 2 drives, so no surprise at all they decided to start it with a running play. I'm actually a little bit surprised, though, that they got as much out of it as they did.
Yeah, decent little gain. Puts them in a pretty good spot for 2nd down. And he'll throw this one away, but I don't think he was out of the pocket. No, here comes the flag. We saw it, too. Nobody in the vicinity of that throw, and that earns him the penalty.
Yeah, you've got to at least get it close enough to one of your own guys in order to dodge the penalty.
And this will not get close to the 1st down marker as he's brought down at the 26. That'll be good for 6, but now it's 4th down.
Well, they got off the field on 3rd down. An excellent job, an excellent defensive series. We always talk about adjustments, and usually only at halftime. But the best teams adjust series to series. And on that series, they adjusted so well that they got the job done in fine style.
Eluding the pressure right. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Falcons will take control of the football in great field position. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
I think we can all understand what they're thinking right now. They take over the ball in field goal range after the turnover, so they've got that in their hip pocket. But they've got to go for the end zone and turn this into a bigger point. Their thinking is a touchdown is really what they should get from starting here.
Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line. The sack backs him up, so now Mariota in Atlanta dealing with a 3rd and long. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Sliding out of the pocket. And that is incomplete.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
Mariota to throw for it on 4th. And that is intercepted. Or was it? Wait, they'll say no. No interception. He did not keep the feet in bounds, apparently. So that's just going to be an incompletion. So the defense has to stay out and get one more stop. They were able to do it, forcing the incompletion.
So on their record, that goes down as a successful play. It doesn't matter how they got there, how it happened. They got it done. They're the ones that are jubilant.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Look at this, a tight end carry. Found a little room there as he's up to about the 37. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
Running the counter with Mostert. And they'll get him down at about the 37, well short of the first. Call it a 1-yard gain on the play, and that's going to make it 4th down.
As much as I praise teams for being true to who they are, in this situation, I wonder if maybe they outguessed themselves a little bit. 3rd down, seemed like an obvious passing situation. They chose to run it and didn't get anywhere close to the 1st down.
Tagovailoa going for it on 4th down. Flushed out right. And going deep for Hill. And my goodness, another interception. And the Falcons are going to get this back to their own 34-yard line. 1:54 left on the clock here in quarter number 2. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. A kind of a lucky break on the prior drive, Charles. The turnover on downs that the offense had didn't come back to bite them after the other side. Their defense came through. Touchdown! Kyle Pitts, 66 yards. And the Falcons continue to pull away here in this first half.
Well, this is exactly where I expect teams to take a shot. Right after a turnover.
Oh, and now they're going to fake it. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down.
Well, I have to admit, I'm scratching my head a little bit here trying to make sense of what I just saw. Number 1, huge lead. Just kick the extra point and be done with it. Number 2, if you are going to go for 2, just line up and go for it from the 2-yard line. Why make it so difficult? That's a long way to go to try and pick up some points.
The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive. Well, still early in this one, Charles, but the last time this offense was out there, they threw their first to a hit, and the ball is out. And this will be gathered up in the end zone, and that's a defensive touchdown. Charles, they are putting on a show right now. I mean, with that fumble return for the touchdown, you think about the size of this advantage. Heck, it's a 4-score game right now, and we're still in the first half.
And that has to be the highlight.
Oh, and now they're going to fake it. It's caught at the 5. And he will not make it to the goal line as his try for 2 is going to come up empty. But that's little consolation to this defense as they have been porous all game long. And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And he'll wind up getting a couple extra yards here for his trouble to bringing it out of the end zone as he's down at the 27. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
They'll run right side with Mostert. And he works his way forward to pick up 4 yards there on 2nd down.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Now they'll throw with Tagovailoa. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Give the sack to Lorenzo Carter. And that'll do it for the end of the 2nd quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The Falcons back to receive. They've got the lead, and they'll get this football as the second half gets underway.
From out of his end zone, it's Avery Williams. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And it's hard to imagine that the first half could have gone any better for them. So what's the approach here in the second half?
Just continue to play smart football because they got the other team down and they feel good about the position they're in. The obvious thing people would say is just keep attacking, but I think you also have to be smart about it. Avoid turnovers. That's about the only thing that can derail you at this point. Attack, but make sure you take care of the ball.
They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete.
The offense schemed going 5 wide, trying to create a chance for the big shot, and they took it. If he comes down with that one, that's a huge offensive swing. But credit the defense with a nice play, knocking that one away.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Mariota. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And this is picked up by the Dolphins. And they'll have great field position here as the ball will be at the 15-yard line.
With no running backs in the backfield to help pass protect, all the receivers in their patterns, it's going to be hot routes if they sense a blitz or pressure on the quarterback. They've got to be prepared to break routes off early and get the football. In this case, never even had a chance. They popped the ball free in the backfield.
And he's got it. Touchdown, Dolphins.
Mike Gesicki on the pass from Tua Tagovailoa. And the Dolphins are able to capitalize on the forced fumble by turning it into 6 points.
Did you see how the linebackers froze for just a second? That's why you run play action. You want to keep them rooted in the spot and create a little bit of extra space so your tight end can find some room behind them. And then the quarterback finds his target downfield, and he turns it into 6 points.
Mike McDaniel, no hesitation on his end. He's telling his offense to go for 2.
And he's going to go down right at the line of scrimmage. The defense left him with nowhere to go, and the try for 2 is denied. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. Short kick. One of the up middle take it down.
And they've got it up past the 35, so pretty good starting field position.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. Play action now, Mariota. He's going to look deep down the field.
And that went a little too high as it's knocked away and incomplete.
When you look at the scoreboard, you'd think they'd be pretty comfortable right now with this lead, but these guys are absolutely not going to let up. They want to increase their lead, and they want to do it with a big play. Unable to connect in that attempt.
It incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Off the play fake, Mariota. That'll be caught downfield by Bird. Touchdown, Falcons! Demir Bird, 64 yards. And the Falcons just continue to roll. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
The Falcons are going to leave the offense out there. They'll go for 2. They'll try and run it here. And, boy, talk about adding insult to injury. He's into the end zone to tack on 2 more. Following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive. Well, we're still in the third quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable. Now, a win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Once again, it's Mostert. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. 70 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. On 1st and 10, it's Mostert. And some space here. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first.
This is a little bit like baseball here. Strong up the middle. Both sides want to be that. In this case, the offense ended up winning the ultimate battle.
And those big runs between the tackles, that's a little deflating for a defense, isn't it?
It really is, because that's where your strength's supposed to be. You're supposed to be in a spot where they can't make that yardage there. You're supposed to send them outside. Not in this case.
From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line. A run with Mostert up the middle, and he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. We're backed up here. Tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first. They fake the handoff. Now Tua. And here's a diving catch made behind the line of scrimmage. That his first catch so far. They've held him under wraps, but he's got a first down there. On the jet sweep, here comes Waddle. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
Well, they gave up a few yards there, but all in all, I think it's a pretty nice job defensively against the jet sweep. If they don't slow him up, he might take it to the house, so they'll take that play every time on the defensive side of the ball.
On second down, Mostert. And from the 9, they get this to the 5-yard line. So a decent deficit at this stage in the second half. 4-down territory?
No doubt about it. There's not a chance that he hasn't looked ahead and said, okay, if we gain yardage on this play, this is what we'll do going forward. If we lose yardage, this is the play call that I'll have ready.
Play number 9 set to come here on the drive on 3rd and 2. And they'll go jet sweep to try to pick it up. That is not going to be any help as they dump him behind the line of scrimmage. 4th down now after a loss of 2. They tried to catch him by surprise there on 3rd down, but this defense, they were all over the jet sweep.
And it's oftentimes all about what you're doing on the backside of the defense, whether it's the defensive end or the outside backer, who's setting the edge. And if they don't get blown off the line of scrimmage, they can really wreck a play. And in this case, they were able to make the tackle for a loss as a result.
Tua on 4th down. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by A.J. Terrell. And the Falcons are going to get the ball back on the turnover as they hold on 4th down. Well, the decision there, 4th and goal, they go for it, but this ball intercepted in the end zone.
Hey, how about some applause for the stand by this defense? Just to force them into a 4th and goal situation was one thing, but then to get the interception, keep them off the scoreboard, that's a job very well done.
Following the interception here, Mariota. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
He's going to take another shot here. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
There is something to a game plan with trying to keep a defense honest. With a guy with that type of speed, you do so. Send him deep. Try and throw some air under it and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they were unsuccessful.
Throw caught here by Bird. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. That 3rd down conversion good for 23.
With the kind of game he's had so far, you had to know that on 3rd down that they would be looking his way, and they did, for big yardage and a first down. I think the defense fell asleep at the switch on that one. I would have doubled him, tripled him, anything to keep the ball out of his hands.
And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
They go play action. Down. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Finally, a good play there defensively on the deep ball. The secondary has had its struggles this entire game. Offensively, they've had their way with them.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. On play action, Mariota. Complete to Zacchaeus. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. Play fake, Mariota. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Picked off by Eric Rowe. The 20. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 and a Dolphins touchdown. And maybe a small measure of revenge for this defense because they have been thoroughly dominated so far, but a brief bright spot there with that pick six.
Seemingly coming up for air after being dominated as you described. They get a nice play there. Probably not going to change the balance of this game, but they have to feel a little bit better about themselves after that one.
Jason Sanders now for the extra point. Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it.
Let me go ahead and show my age a little bit. I liked it when they would fake it from the 3-yard line, right? When you'd line up, go ahead and, oh, there's a fake, and he's going to get 2. That's great. But from the 15, the risk reward, it's just not there.
It's so risky to get 15 yards on a fake. Well, you see the result right there.
Yeah, I know these young whippersnappers are trying to do different things in this game, but let's go back to old reliable. Kick the ball through the post.
Get off my lawn.
That's darn right.
First and 10 now for the Falcons, and Mariota
at the 41-yard line. To throw is Mariota. They'll roll him out right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. A fight for it, and this is caught. What a catch. A big pickup of 38. Before they can snap it, time runs out on this third quarter of play. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
First and 10, it's Patterson.
And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Once more, they turn to Patterson. And from the 9, they get this to the 5-yard line. And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's second and goal.
Patterson, he'll try it up the middle.
And he will take it in for a Falcon touchdown. Cordero Patterson. A 5-yard touchdown run.
And the Falcons start to open this lead even wider here in the fourth.
And they fake it. They pitch to the tight end. And that one goes virtually nowhere. Tried to fake extra point, but nothing comes of it.
Okay, they went for the fake off of the extra point attempt. It's a long way to go, and they didn't get there. Didn't get it completed successfully. Did someone dare them to do that? Did someone double dog dare them to do that?
Maybe they saw something on film, but do you see something on film with those to try something from the 15 on a PAT? I don't know.
The only thing they needed to see on film there was a snap, a hold, and someone kicking the ball through the post.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive.
Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
And now here is another interception.
And the Falcons are going to take possession as they've got it at the 42-yard line. Well, they've got the huge lead. Now they have another interception on the defensive side. Seems like everything they touch in this one, Charles, turns to gold.
And they have to be awfully happy right there to get what appears to be one more for the road. It helps seal away one of their best efforts of the season.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive.
And after the interception, they are sitting in an even better spot with the ball and a comfortable fourth quarter lead. It's a pretty strong running there as he'll take this across the 50 and down to the 44. 127 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
And he'll be brought down at about the 42. 2 yards the gain on the keeper, and it's second down.
He's going to keep this again.
He'll wind up getting 3 on the keeper there, but it leads to a 3rd down.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
They're going for it with the option right. And I'm not sure he got there. Did they stop him? They did. He needed a yard. He didn't get anything. And the Dolphins' defense is able to hold. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive.
Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Again, they'll run it with Mostert. And he can only manage to take the football to the 40, and that is well shy of the first down marker. It's a 7-yard run, but it does bring up 4th down.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
They'll try it now with Mostert.
And he won't get there. They stop him a few yards short of the line to gain. The Dolphins can't convert on 4th down. And it'll be a turnover on downs.
Straight ahead, Patterson.
And he'll be brought down at about the 42. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. A shotgun handoff to Patterson. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair.
They'll run with Patterson.
And he's able to pick up the first before he's taken down at the 27.
They run the option here on 1st and 10.
And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 5 now from the 22. Mariota on the keeper.
He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2.
Anytime you decide to use your quarterback as a runner, most of the time when you design a play, you're expected to break a little bit bigger than this one, because when you run him on short gains, your risk-reward and him taking hits, I'm not sure that's the payoff they were looking for.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Well, up big here in the 4th quarter, up really big. That pass and incompletion, I don't think they needed the completion, but, Charles, this is an offense right now that they're just having fun. They're clicking on all cylinders.
Yeah, you're right. They didn't need a completion. They certainly don't need any more points. But they're not going to turn them down. They're going to continue to run what they have in their playbook, and they still want to run it efficiently.
The Falcons go for it, but it doesn't work out. And the Dolphins' defense is able to hold. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive.
Well, CD, it's all window dressing at this point. I mean, the best they can do is end the game with a nice drive to maybe build some momentum to move forward into their next contest.
Yeah, with how lopsided this game has been, even one score might not do a lot of cosmetic good on the scoreboard, partner, because it's just about looking forward at this point. Get a touchdown here, give yourself some positive momentum and reps to focus on when you get back to practice in the next couple of days.
120 yards rushing for him now as his sensational afternoon continues.
They'll try and run here with Mostert. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. So time runs out. It's a victory for the Atlanta Falcons. And you've got to say, CD, it was the defense who had a big part in the W.
Well, without question, when you force 4 turnovers, you get to enjoy the spoils of victory, don't you? It's rare that you force 4 turnovers and lose a ball game. That's almost unheard of. They carried this one home, You talk about celebrating with each other and being in a position where going forward, all you think about is, let's get 5 next time. They're going to be on the hunt.
So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, and this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. It's a win for the Falcons here as we say so long from Atlanta.